This afternoon, unfortunately, we're investigating the death of a 5-year-old male child. We know that the mother, the 5-year-old that's seated in a toddler seat in the back seat of the car, and another 8-year-old sibling, I believe, had been out running errands in preparation for a birthday party later today. They were in full excitement, the busyness of getting those things ready. They exited the car, went inside the house to continue preparations. It appears that the child routinely knows how to unbuckle himself from the toddler seat and open the door, but in this occasion it didn't happen. We don't know if it played a factor that this is a loaner car that they're using today, but nonetheless, mom went inside. The other sibling was inside as well. After a couple hours, between maybe 2 or 3 hours, mom noticed that the other 5-year-old wasn't nowhere to be found, began calling for him, no answer. She frantically ran outside and discovered the 5-year-old still buckled in his car seat, still in place. And so she immediately began summoning for help. Precinct 3 units arrived out here and discovered the child, called for EMS, and the child was pronounced here deceased at the scene.
How long do you believe the child was in
The child, the preliminary information we're receiving is could have been as between a 2 to 3 hour time period that the child was left inside the car. And obviously, with this kind of heat, a child's body heat goes up 3 to 5 times faster than for adults. So after about 104 degrees, a child could suffer heat stroke and it could become fatal.
So it was the 5-year-old who died, his 8-year-old sister, and the mother. That was all that was in that car?
That's what I'm told, yes.
Were you saying, was he able to get out of the car on his own before?
Yes, they're saying usually yes. The child apparently had that ability, but this is, I'm told, a loaner car, so we don't know if that played a factor, or maybe the child was asleep and just got disoriented after a bit with the temperature as hot as it is. We don't know. That'll be part of the investigation.
So was this a car today that they're not normally in?
Correct. It's a loaner car that they're in. I don't know how long they've had that loaner car, but I'm told that it's not their normal car.
I mean, the family must be devastated.
They're devastated. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and so are the first responders that came out, as they were relaying that they're parents too, and it hits home.
Unfortunately, sir, this continues to happen. Could you just urge parents? I mean, it's going to be hot tomorrow
Yeah.
until the foreseeable future. What they should be doing to just double check.
Yeah, it's to come up with some type of just routine that's very structured that will remind them, for example, to park, that they can look, and that's from the front seat all the way to the back, and then lock. Before they lock, to do those things, to park, to look, and lock at least, or whatever other thing they want to do. We also encourage maybe they leave their cell phone, maybe a purse, so that way, we routinely look for those items immediately, and maybe by looking and trying to know that they have to go to the back seat, it'll be a reminder. We know that obviously she was super excited for the party, and there was just a lot of happiness going on, but nonetheless it ended up in a tragedy, and it's just very sad. We also remind about water safety right now, because we also have drownings around this time of year.
Do you know whose birthday it was?
I was told it was the sibling, the 8-year-old.
Sister's birthday?
Correct. Yeah.
Where do you? I mean, obviously you just started. Where does the investigation go from here?
We'll wait, obviously, for the Harris County Institute for Forensic Sciences just to review, see if there was any other trauma or anything else that we may be missing. We'll still do a thorough investigation and see. Obviously, they'll rule on cause of death and do that, and then obviously we'll get all the information and obviously review it with the DA's office to make sure that we're not missing something on the potentially criminal charges. But at this point, we're just early in the investigation, and this is still preliminary, as it's just the initial information we received.
And obviously it sounds like a terrible, horrible accident. I mean, could a parent be criminally charged for leaving? I mean, even if it's not on purpose, it's an accident, but could you be deemed negligent in some way?
There's always, different charges that could potentially apply depending on intent and those type of things. Again, it appears to just be a very tragic accident that occurred out here. But again, that's why we do conduct an investigation so that, sitting with the DA, District Attorney's Office, and reviewing all the facts of the case and making sure we're leaving no stone unturned, that we could be thorough and see if anything is applicable. It could be that it's not. It was just, like you said, at the end of the day, maybe just a tragic accident. But it's a very painful one, and one that leaves an indelible mark, and it's something that impacts all the community, the loss of a child. And so it's very sad at the end of the day, but at this point, we'll conduct a thorough investigation and see where that investigation leads us. But at this point, there doesn't appear to be any foul play.
Thank you for doing it. And it's
Yeah,
the house,
of course.
Is the house at the house?
Yeah, it's the house with the bounce house. It appears that we're getting ready for the party back there.